Research Audio Log 6. This substance, the Delta-13 compound, it never ceases to amaze and terrify me. Truly, it's a thing of wonder and power. We were able, after some missteps, to turn the Delta-13 compound into a viable prototype armor that we're calling the Retriever Retention Armor, MK1, or RRA-01. It is to be used for the new Retriever program that has just been started. The armor bonds to the Retriever in a manner similar, yet not quite the same as the standard compound, though instead of taking over the host, the RRA-01 simply adjusts itself to the best fit of the wearer. Several tests have been conducted, and the RRA is extremely proficient at protecting its host from all manner of damage, including but not limited to bullets, explosions, electric shocks, fire, radiation, concussive blasts, and being attacked with sharp or blunt melee weapons, such as knives or clubs. While extremely unlikely to happen, if the suit is somehow damaged, it starts to repair itself almost immediately, and when finished, you wouldn't be able to tell that there was ever any damage at all. It is truly marvelous. The design of the suit is also just as intimidating as expected, harkening back to a design rather ominously... ominously... That's funny. Anyway, the design harkens back to the days of World War II, bearing a striking resemblance to a Nazi in a gas mask, helmet, and armor, complete with an armband with our logo on it. I feel the design is rather inappropriate, so I'll be bringing this up and attempting to get it changed. Regardless, on the whole, the experiment was a success. If you ignore the early attempts, at least, which this institution usually does. The first attempts to make the suit were an attempt to make a subdermal armor instead of a fully external armor, and it is safe to say, it was a veritable disaster. We were supplied with prison inmates, willing to be test subjects in exchange for reduced sentences. Poor fools. Anyways, our initial idea was to inject the neutralized Delta-13 compound into the test subjects, and see if they could manifest armor at will. When they were told to manifest the armor, they were successful, but not in the way we had hoped. The armor practically burst out of them, leaving messes of blood, flesh, muscle, and other biological masses. The only thing that was intact was the skeleton, safely preserved inside the armor. It was not pleasant. However, in the eyes of Omnus, it all worked out, as we accomplished what we had set out to do in the end. I wonder if it was really worth it. Personal Follow-Up Log 1. The design of the suit was changed, as suggested, for the MK2. It no longer resembles a Nazi, at least. The armor has been changed to a sleeker and possibly even more intimidating design. They got rid of the extra armor, as it wasn't exactly necessary. The base color is a dark gray. The helmet still somewhat resembles a gas mask, though the eyepieces now resemble glass, and glows a rather ominous red. The mouthpiece/vent also glows. The combat armor style has been replaced with what seems to resemble a black leather trench coat with the Omnus logo emblazoned on the left chest area, around where the heart is. The trouser armor seems to resemble cargo pants, though whether it serves a purpose or is just for appearances is unclear. The gloves seem to be a mix of surgical and working gloves made of leather, much like the coat, and are black, as are the boots, which still resemble combat boots. The retention officers, dubbed Retrievers, are supplied with these and special bullets made from the neutralized Delta-13 compound, as well as knives. They are also supplied with other types of ammunition, weapons, and tools. Retrievers. Dear Lord, it's such a demeaning title, literally named after a dog. Well, I'm not going to stand for it. I'm going to continue to show them the respect that they deserve and call them retention officers. Personal Follow-Up Log 2. They finally managed to remove the active Delta-13 compound from the host subjects. My hypothesis that they can't be restored to humanity seems to be correct. They're going to do further testing on these creatures. If the rumors I heard are true, they plan to eventually release them to see what will happen. Dear God, I hope not. We don't have the best record of being responsible, but we should at least try not to cause tragedy when avoidable. I've been trying to impress this idea upon my team, and others, the idea that we should try to do the right thing whenever possible. It seems, however, that only one of my peers has taken to this idea, Dr. Preston Schultz. Most people see him as an arrogant, douchey New York blowhard, but I know the truth, and I have a feeling that if I were to have a successor, for lack of a better term, he'd be the best choice for it, despite his rather unorthodox and genuine approach to his work. Personal Follow-Up Log 3. They did it. They released the abominations. And to top it all off, the Delta-13 compound situation has gotten more complicated. Apparently, the active Delta-13 compound samples have reproduced, and the offspring are a mutant or variant. The team now in charge of it is calling it Delta-14 for some reason, which is stupid, but I digress. It wouldn't be bad for Delta-14 to exist if it were contained, but they let it out too. I don't understand why they feel the need to release specimens. It doesn't matter how it'll interact with the world. If we need to see how it reacts to certain conditions, we can simulate those goddamn conditions. Releasing our experiments just puts the public in danger. I can understand releasing the harmless ones, but not all of them are harmless. I suppose that's what the retention officers are for, though. To do our dirty work. I wonder if it's worth it. I really do. Are we not supposed to be doing this to make the world better? To make humanity better? What does this improve, I wonder? Was it ever really the goal to improve anything? Or is that a lie, told as a justification, so we can continue our sick experiments in whatever we want? If it's the former, then desperate reworks to this institution are needed, or the negative outcomes will far outweigh the good in time. If, however, it is the latter, then I fear for all humanity, for the maniacal craving for knowledge and power of my peers will never be satisfied, and they will not stop until there's nothing left, and all, including themselves, have been destroyed. Social media can be very unpredictable, especially regarding horror content. If this content gets removed, all new content will be simultaneously presented on various websites provided in the description to this video. Make sure to follow me in other digital spaces so that you never miss out on the terror. Also, if you like this video, make sure to leave a comment and hit the like button. It helps the channel a lot. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy what's here,
consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you never miss an upload. Writing is a dream of mine, and it's all of you that make that dream come true.